Hello, this is Mr. Smith, and I am the instructor for English 1020. This is the English composition or writing 2 course that you have signed up for the spring 2024 semester. And this class will be taking place in Henderson Hall 111 on Monday and Wednesday afternoons. Our class for Wednesday, January the 17th has been canceled due to a campus-wide snow day. So I'm just going to go ahead and give you some brief notes on our course. And please, you got this link from your tech email, from an email from me to you. So please regularly check your official Tennessee Tech email, as I will use that as a primary means to communicate with you throughout the semester. I'm over 20 years at Tennessee Tech, and I've always taught English Comp 1 and Comp 2, 1010 and 1020 my entire career. I don't want to say it's an easy A class, but I think if you go through all the components that are expected of you, it will be a very simple and straightforward path to you earning an A in this class. And that is my hope and goal for you for this semester. You are always welcome to email me at my tech email address with any questions you have. You also can call me at 931-372-3345. I will be starting office hours here before too long in Henderson Hall 218B. So I'm really excited to work with you this semester, and welcome back to the students who were enrolled in English 1010 with me for just this past fall. It's great to have you back. In English 1020 in specific, I really want you to think about why you are even here. Why are you a university student? Why are you a college student? Why are you taking a writing course in this semester? Unlike last semester, we focused really on persuasive writing and argumentative writing and analytical writing and more sophisticated writing styles, academic writing styles than last semester. And to accomplish the tasks that we have placed before us, I want you to contemplate your reason and your rationale, your inner motivations for being enrolled in school. In the past, I've asked students to think about this in terms of the economics of going to college while working, while accepting student loans, for example, and what the burden is of having a college degree in terms of your professional future. But for our first unit in this course, we're going to talk about why do we even write at all, especially academic essays. We're going to throw out a question as to the validity of this class entirely. And I'm inviting you to join me in critical thinking and critical kind of reflection about why are we even doing what we're doing. And I've had to reflect so many decades in this. It's easy to get into a groove, into a routine, even a rut. And so I've had to ask myself as the professor, why do I encourage this course the way that I do? I'm looking forward to learning your views on this topic of why we write essays, as our first unit will be unfolding in the next few weeks and be taking up a lot of our time over the first several weeks of this semester. So English Comp 2 is focused on essay writing. We'll be doing some research and learning how to cite sources. Later in the semester, I'll be encouraging quite a bit of social interaction with your peers in the classroom. We'll be doing a little bit of that even with our workshops that are going to start here in just a few days on Essay 1. And then also, of course, at the end of the semester, I have kind of a fun assignment. I think it's a fun assignment. You can be the judge whether it's fun or not, where the students are asked to be creative, to be expressive. And we'll be using a performance poetry or spoken word format for that final creative assignment. Our first essay is going to be an argument response essay. This is the most formal essay of the semester, and it involves using multiple sources in an argumentative style. But the topic of the essay one is of why we should even have essays to begin with. It's going to be just an incredible experience. Last time from a year ago, the students wrote right into the heart of the question, and they didn't mess around. They didn't hold back. They went all in. They went big or they went home. They cared not for what others might think of them, but said what they really wanted to say, and it resulted in some fantastic essays. The second essay will have a source, but it will be a visual source that you will co-create, and it's going to be about going out into Cookeville and the campus here and exploring kind of culturally what's going on here in our immediate surroundings using visual cues. I'll talk a lot about how we're going to do that at a later time. We'll be involved in some collaborative research on a topic that I will choose, a current events topic that I think is very pertinent to our community and to our lives as responsible adults working together. And that'll take up units 3 and 4. And then, of course, the final creative assignment. It's going to be so much fun. If you just kind of just buckle in like you were going on a ride at Disney World, just come along for the ride. I promise to be a safe and supportive tour guide for our academic adventure in this small learning community. It's a small class. You'll get to know me. You'll get to know your peers. It's a friendly environment and a supportive one. So just continue to be asking yourself this question of why you are here. I think it will help motivate you in your other classes as well. If you think of the deeper significance, the more underlying meanings for yourself. Occasionally over the years, I've met students who were here for an external reward, or they were here for peer pressure. They were here because at Tech, because their significant other went here, and they came here to follow their significant other, and then they broke up freshman year. And then why am I here? You came here because your parents went here, or an older sibling went here, or you're here because you are afraid of going to a regular job, but you aren't really motivated for college, but you don't really want to work in the service industry, in the service sector, and you don't know what your other career options are here. So you're really kind of just treading water and biding your time here. So think about that, because I think if you have the more you understand your academic responsibilities and your academic goals, the more motivated you will be to do your work for this class, but for all your classes. So I want to make sure that folks understand my major philosophy for English composition. One is that the materials that I provide are not the class. My teaching is not the class. In this class, it's a practicum, it's a laboratory, it's a interactive workshop type environment. So your writing that you do is the main topic of the class. This is a class in your writing. Secondly, writing is a process, and you can always improve on your writing. You can always get better and have better and better experiences there. So rather than strictly a teacher or a professor, I think of myself more as a mentor and a coach here to cheer you on and to encourage you. And as there's no competition for the grades, everyone can make an A in this course. And I did say at the top of this video that I think this should be an easy A course if you do the work, So most important is to read the day-by-day schedule, ask me questions if you ever get confused, come to class prepared for whatever the work we have scheduled for that day, and try to stay engaged with the class and what we're doing, and to keep writing. Just stay busy. To try to practice academic honesty and integrity at all times deals with doing your own work. And we're going to talk immediately in this first unit about the temptations to use other sources that maybe violate your personal ethics or the boundaries of this course. So we don't copy sources off the internet without crediting them, and for this class, and we don't use generative AI for this class. And so I want to encourage you to do your own writing and do your own work, and accept the help and encouragement of your peers and your professor as we go through a multiple drafting format. So you won't be turning in for a grade your rough draft. You'll be turning in a later, more polished draft. So the way to succeed in English 1020 with Mr. Smith is to attend class regularly, to do the assignments on the schedule as they are assigned, to collaborate with your classmates and with me, and to refrain from using generative AI or other sources that are not credited. So basically, don't plagiarize. And what I'm trying to say also is that it's really easy to do that in an English course. It's getting surprisingly easier to do that. And I'm not in the business of catching you doing that. I'm not in the business of, being in a mode of suspicion. I want to trust all of my students that they're here for the right reasons and they want the best of this experience. So here's my one begging and pleading with you. Just don't do it. Just do your own work. Many students, dozens and dozens of students, no matter what they thought of themselves as writers, have successfully done their own work for this course and earned successful grades. Maybe we'll encounter something across the course of the curriculum that is controversial or that makes you feel uncomfortable, or maybe my honesty and transparency about myself. I'm a middle-aged person. I'm getting older, might even be old age soon. I'm neurodivergent. I've struggled in my younger years with addiction, and I'm in recovery from addiction. And when I share with my students, they get the real me. I'm an authentic person. It's not a dance, or I'm not putting on a show for you guys. I'm just showing up and being myself and trying to be the best me that I can be for you all to feel safe being whoever you want to be, and expressing yourselves however you want to. So we might encounter some things we disagree with from our classmates. We might read something we disagree with. I just want to encourage you that in college, we try not to condemn things before we investigate them, and that we are to be open-minded and sharing our views, and not worry that we have the right or the wrong view. There's no one correct way to interpret an idea when it comes to an English course. The grading system here is entirely point-based. That means there's no percentages. It's just addition of points, trying to achieve a minimum of 85 for an A. It's entirely point-based. There will be extra credit options to get extra points. There's no maximum points, so we might occasionally have a student get 150 points or 120 points out of 100. Each assignment will have a detailed assignment sheet, and I'll pace myself, but I will never ask you to do something that I have not explained how to do it. And I usually will explain it in class. I will usually talk about it in class. I usually show an example of a student who did it before, except when I'm doing a brand new assignment. And every year, the last couple of years for this class, some of my assignments have been brand new that year, and that will be the case this year. So I'll have a sample for the paper I've done before, but for the brand new paper that I'm trying a new thing, you're just going to wing it with me. But even that makes it, I think, more likely for you to succeed, and more exciting and more fun. But you won't be asked to do something that you haven't been provided instructions on how to do. When it comes time to get your final draft posted in iLearn, there will be a checklist that you have. It's a guided checklist, and we will engage in co-grading, which means I'm going to share the responsibility of assessment with you, which basically has converted this in a way into a pass-fail class. But I don't like to call it that, and you can still earn the letter of an A if you get the points for an A. So we can have high quality. But I will walk each of you through that process. Most students were confident doing it on their own, but if you want me to sit with you and talk you through the grading checklist, I'm certainly willing to do that. And I've done that with lots of students last semester and the semester before. This is a new system I've evolved from a previous system that I thought was student-centered, but I'm putting more responsibility on you all just to co-grade with me, which means, again, the likelihood of you getting a poor grade in this course is very, very slim, assuming you do the assignment, work on any suggestions that myself or the peers might have, and then turn in the best work that you possibly are capable of, and then honestly check off the number of points earned based on the checklist. That will be provided for you as well, and we'll work through this as a team. All of the grading that you do of yourself, and that I suggest that you do, will be based on criteria that have been vetted and tested by multiple semesters and through multiple levels of expertise in the teaching of writing assessment. Now, of writing essays as a craft for students, as a discipline, as a thing that you do, right? Now, other professors might have different systems, but theirs also have probably been gone through a trial and error. I'm not saying that ours is the best system, or that mine is perfect, or that other systems that your teacher in English 1010 or in high school might have used weren't also good systems. We're going to be using the standards for effective writing that I was trained with, that revolve around these criteria: purpose, audience, and thesis. Why am I writing it? For whom? And what is my main point? Is it organized and developed so people can follow my logic? Is there transitions? Is there a paragraph break? Is it clear beginning, middle, and end? Am I using my sources? If I have sources, am I using them responsibly? Am I writing in my own unique voice and style? And am I attempting to use the code of correct grammar? Writing mechanics, it's a code. It's just a system. And there's lots of helps out there that you can use. You can put your paper through all kinds of grammar assistance, even some built into the word processor you might be using, such as a Microsoft Word. If you turn it on, it will have suggestions for spelling and for usage. The grade checklist for each assignment will be unique to that assignment, but it will be based on these criteria. So be thinking about why you were here. There's going to be an introductory survey also in this email. Take the introductory survey. It's worth some points. be getting ready for our essay 1. I'll be sending you a separate assignment sheet. Read through the whole assignment sheet. The samples I send you, look at those. And it's all a question of, should we even be here at all, like around the topic of writing essays. It's a bold assignment based on some criticisms that this class in general and essay writing, college level essay writing in general, has been subjected to before ChatGPT, and then it's been intensified with generative artificial intelligence. Our first essay unit is an essay about the problems with the college essay as a genre itself. And in a sense, keep in mind, Mr. Smith is probably participating in a little bit of professional suicide here, because I've made my bread and butter teaching basic writing courses, and I'm throwing up the question of the year, the question of the century. Why do we even bother anymore writing an essay when we could get the generative AI to write it, when there are other forms of learning available to us? And so some of our other assignments this semester are not going to look like the traditional essay. And this is the big traditional academic essay. We're going to write it while questioning the essay itself. I think it's going to be a ton of fun. I think those students who did it last year, or just 1 year ago, they had a blast and they tore it up. I mean, they blazed a fiery trail through the curriculum of the university with their excellent essays on this topic. So keep thinking about that. Why am I here? Why do I do what I do? How can I motivate myself to do this class well, English Composition 2, which is a 3 credit hour class, which is a prerequisite to other courses you are going to take here at the university. Keep in mind, I'm always available to reply to emails or answer questions as you need them. The first assignment sheet will come in your email. I'm going to go ahead and send that probably this week so you can get started on it, even though we are experiencing a weather delay, a university-wide snow day for the commencement of the 2024 spring semester. You will have an opportunity, well, if you choose to take it, to work on this on your own time. I encourage you to go ahead and get started, to study the syllabus, complete the link to the survey, and even get started on the essay 1, which I'll send you in a separate email all the instructions for. I'll also be sending out a couple more of these videos probably over the next couple days. But welcome to English 1020 Composition 1. Sorry we can't be there together on this first day for Wednesday, January the 17th, 2024. But I'm grateful you're warm and safe and snug where you are, and the roads are really rough out there, and the temps are extremely low. So stay warm and stay safe, and I'll see you as soon as it is safe to see you, hopefully on Monday, on next Monday, the 22nd of January. Hopefully we'll be in our classroom in Henderson Hall. Until then, have a great weekend. I will check emails and reply to any messages that you might send me. I hope you took the time to watch this video, and if you did, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I look forward to meeting you soon.